Hello, I'm Bethany from Bethany Wellness. Join me for this spring break yoga class. Hello, friends. I'm so glad you could join me today for this spring break yoga class. The only item you'll want to gather is a block, or if you don't have a block, you can use books or even a pillow. So we'll begin just sitting down. So come to a seated pose that's comfortable for you. I'm choosing cross-legged, but you can choose something else. You can have your legs just stretched out in front of you if that's comfortable. And begin to settle in here. So just letting the shoulders release away from your ears, taking some breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth, sort of an audible exhale. Hands can rest down on your thighs, or you can even have them kind of resting on the ground. Wherever you'd like your hands to rest is fine. And you can consider the positioning of your palms. So if you're in your energy today, if you're feeling stirred up, a little stressed or overwhelmed, having the palms down can draw you into quiet. If you're feeling a little bit drained and you'd like to feel more energized, then you can have the palms up. So you choose where you're at today. So let's take some 3-part breaths. So let the breath begin in the belly, let it travel to the middle of your chest and up underneath shoulders. Pause for a moment before you exhale. As you exhale, exhale out your mouth, making that audible fogging kind of sound or the sigh. And take a moment to tune in, notice your body. Just notice how it feels today. Any areas of discomfort, tension, areas of heat. Just notice any sensations pulsating. Just take a note. Notice your thoughts as they might be busy as you begin to settle into your mat. And just notice thoughts without judgment. Just notice what your thoughts are. And draw your attention back to your breath and your body as you let your thoughts go on your exhale. Tune in here and notice how your spirit feels today. And as we enter a change in season, as we're entering spring, maybe even spring break for those of you that might have kids in school, or if you yourself happen to be in an academic program where you have a break, what would you like to focus on over your spring season or over your spring break? Would you like to focus on growth or restoration for yourself, just resting, or maybe some adventure and some fun? So just think about first thing that comes to mind for you. What would you like to focus on this spring? Of course, with a change of season and thinking about spring comes new growth. If you're thinking about your yard and the plants that are budding or sprouting. Sometimes with spring also comes the cleanup or the pruning that we sometimes need to do of plants. And you can use that as a metaphor for you personally, in your mind, your body, your spirit. Is there any growth you desire or seek, or is there any pruning you desire or seek? Then inhale, rise arms overhead, connect palms at heart center, gaze up. Exhale, connect the hands towards heart center, gaze down. Inhale, both arms high, keeping the palms connected as you reach overhead. Then exhale, side bend to the left. Release the left arm down. Gently stretch your torso, gazing up or to the ground. Inhale, back to center. Connect palms overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Connect palms. Connect hands at heart center. Take a forward fold. Begin to hinge forward. Then at this time, you can release your hands down in front of you, keeping some length here through your spine. So we're not just completely rounding through the thoracic spine. We're leaving some length, or even imagine someone still pulling you from the crown of your head a little bit up so that you're hinging from your waist, from your hips. Then begin to rise up with a flat back. Connect your palms and bring them back overhead as you rise. Then exhale, connect hands at heart center. Good. Release your arms down by your sides. Give them a little shake. Now, if you had your legs crossed like me, go ahead and change the crossing of your legs. If you did not have them crossed, you can still change the positioning of your legs because we're spending a few more moments of breath here. So if your legs are feeling like they need a change, meet yourself where you're at, honor that. Inhale, rise arms up, connecting palms overhead. Exhale, connect hands to heart center, gaze down. Inhale, rise arms up, keeping palms connected. Exhale, side bend to the right. Release the right arm down this time. Gently side bend. Inhale, back to center, both arms high. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, rise both arms up. Connect hands at heart center. Exhale, forward fold, releasing down. Then you can release your hands in front of you, hinging from the waist. Steady your breath. Your breath helps guide you into this moment, anchoring you into the present moment. And of course, activating your calming center, the parasympathetic nervous system. When we can connect and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, it just helps bring us into this place of peace and calm, helps us to come down from any stress or fight flight that we might be in. Now begin to rise up with a straight back, connect palms back together, rise arms overhead, keeping those palms connected. Exhale, draw hands to heart center, gaze down. Release arms by sides, shake it out. Good, then slowly come into tabletop on your hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's go through some cow-cat breaths. So slowly begin to soften the belly down as you inhale. Gaze up. Exhale as you tuck and round. Press through the palms, tuck chin down towards chest, gaze back. Go at your own pace as you flow between cow and cat, as you link your breath to your movement. One more cow, one more cat. And come back to table. Inhale, bring your left arm to the front, balancing table, right leg back. And flex your foot so that your heel presses back behind you. Keep your core connected, drawing that core in. Option to connect hand to foot back behind you for crouching tiger if you would like. Just holding your foot with your hand, getting a stretch through the front of your right thigh into that quad muscle and into the hip flexor. Only if that's comfortable. This should be comfortable in your body. Meet yourself where you're at and just explore. Come back to balancing table if you took the variation. Then release into table. Let's go through some more cow-cat breaths. Inhale, belly softens down, gaze up. Exhale, tuck and round into cat. Just explore and notice in your body what feels good. If you need to be more gentle today, do that. If you'd like to go a little deeper, try it. Just explore. One more cow, one more cat. Come back to table. Balancing table, right arm to the front, left leg back. You can have big toe to touch for support if you'd like, especially if you're still working on feeling stable and balanced. If you're feeling a little too wobbly, just bring that big toe to touch. Option to stay here or option to take one-handed tiger. Couple more breaths. And connect back into balancing table and release down, tabletop. Sink your hips back, child's pose. Knees can draw wide, or you can keep them closely together as you bring your forehead to rest. Arms stretched overhead. You decide how stretched you would like them to be. You can have them more gently tucked towards head if you would like. Inhale, rise up into table. Then rotate towards the long side of your mat. Bring your left leg out. Plant that left foot down so the toes are forward. You're supported by your right knee. Then you can leave hands here, or if you'd like, you can explore bringing hands to hips. If you feel supported, if you feel stable, you can stay here for gate pose. If you'd rather, you can try another variation, bringing arms overhead and then side bending. So those are the options for gate today. Choose whichever one works for your body. And as you're taking, if you're in the side bend variation, you can choose to gaze towards the inner arm or down to the ground. Steady breath. Inhale, rise arms up if you took the side bend. Release the hands down to the ground and tuck that leg in. Switching sides. Bring the right leg out, plant your right foot down. A little bit of stretching through that ankle. So if you have some ankle mobility issues or tight spots, you're going to notice some opening and maybe a little bit of pulling. So just explore here if this feels like a comfortable hold. If not, you may wish to rotate the toes out just a little bit. Choose your variation of gait on this side. Hands can be resting on the ground, on hips, or you can rise arms overhead and exhale to side bend into your gait. Steady breath. Always connecting with breath in every pose to help us stay centered in this moment and drawing into stillness. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, release down. If you had the arms overhead, draw that leg in. Good. And then come back to the mat with your hands towards the top of your mat. Curl your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. Spread your fingers wide. You can pedal this downward dog out, especially this first one. Just taking turns bending right and left knee. Then walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Your legs can be bent or a little straighter, just depends on how it feels. Give your head a little nod. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw hands to shins, create a number 7. Shoulder blades draw together. Bring arms out to a T, rise all the way up, extended mountain. Connect palms overhead, draw hands to heart center. Take a few breaths. Then release the arms down, give them a little shake here. Let's go into some bear swings. This time with your bear swings, let's do some gentle kind of tapping of our back maybe. So just finding maybe your hands are in a little bit of a fist and you're going to just gently tap wherever your hands fall. So mine are kind of tapping my hips or my thighs and then also kind of tapping my back. Just kind of bringing a little bit of gentle massage, releasing of any spots that you're tapping with. Good. And then let's come into our balancing pose. So figure 4, you can bring the left ankle to your right thigh, cross it over there, let the knee draw down. And you can keep hands at heart center. You can stay here for figure 4. If you're feeling unstable at all, just bring that big toe to touch. You can do a figure 4 supported. So you choose where you're at today. And you can also decide here if you'd like to squat down if you're choosing the other variation of figure 4 with the foot floating up. You can try a squat down. Steady breath. Find something to gaze at. Spot on the floor perhaps or on the wall. Meet yourself with patience and grace and without judgment. And slowly rise up from that figure four, uncross the legs, shake out your arms, bear swing a little bit here, doing that little tapping on your back, on your thighs. Wonderful. Switch sides, bring hands to heart center. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Choose your variation on this side if you'd like big toe to touch for your figure four, or if you'd like to squat down and fold a little bit into your figure four. Stay connected to your breath. We're almost done. You've got this. Meet yourself where you're at today. One more breath. Slowly rise up, coming out of figure four. Shake out your arms and legs, bear swing. Very nice. Well, let's come to sitting down, butterfly pose. Connect to your sits bones. Connect the soles of your feet in front of you. And then choose here if you'd like to give yourself a little massage, using your hands to release any tight spots in your feet. Sometimes you don't realize they're there until you start massaging your feet. You can also do a little forward fold here, just gently hinging forward, finding a little more openness through the thighs. Good. And slowly come to stretching your legs out on your mat. Sitting tall, tripod your fingers back behind you. So we're rooting through our fingertips. The palms are not touching the mat at all. They're hovering almost like they're gripped around a sphere or a ball. And then press through your fingertips. You'll notice you're lengthening up when you do that. The spine is lengthened. And then begin to gently hinge forward, pressing through the fingertips and gently coming through the waist to fold. So it's a nice stretch through the back of the hamstrings, the legs, back of the legs, but yet we're not compromising the length in our spine. One more breath. Good. And slowly release, come to lying down. Hug your knees in, and here's where you'll want to have your block nearby. So hug those knees in first. You can widen the knees if it feels better. You can just rock a little bit from side to side. And release your feet down to the mat. And you can choose here with a block or a book or a pillow, whatever you've chosen. Press through your feet and lift your hips up. And then bring that block across your spine. So it's going to connect between the right and left hip. And you might need to play around with where it's resting. So for me, it tends to be right around the waistband of my yoga pants or my yoga tights, kind of on that sacrum down towards tailbone. So you don't really want it in the lumbar spine. You want it right below that. So think about the curve of your lumbar spine. Right below that is where you'd like to set on the block. So we're just resting on the block, letting it support the hips, the pelvis. Think about arms here. Would you like arms down by sides? Would you like a little bit of a T position, bringing them out? Or would you like cactus arms? Just play around with. I like to take narrow cactus arms, which is just grabbing my fingers with my opposite hand and just letting my elbows be bent and just reaching overhead. So that feels comfortable to me, and I like that it incorporates openness through my heart center, through my chest, through my shoulders. You can decide what's speaking to you today. Couple more breaths. And begin to press through your feet, lifting the hips up off of the block, remove the block, and slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time, placing it on the mat, one vertebrae at a time. When you get to your bottom rib, lift your heels up, coming to your tippy toes, so that you can roll down all the way down to the sacrum. And hug knees in. Nice full breath. Let it go. Sigh as you exhale. And bring your feet to the mat. Bring your arms to a T. Palms are down at shoulder height. Spinal twist. If you like a deep spinal twist, draw the feet closely together. If you like more gentle, draw the feet and knees wide. Inhale first, then exhale, release to the left. Legs release to the left. Gaze up or to the right. Inhale, legs to center. Exhale, release them to the right. Gaze up or to the left. Nice full breaths, bringing circulation to the organs in your belly, wringing out your spine. Good. Then come back to center, hug knees in. And release your legs down for final surrender, Shavasana pose. You choose what that is for you. Sometimes it's nice to have legs stretched out. Sometimes it feels better to have the knees bent with the feet on the mat. So you just pick what's comfortable for your Shavasana. Taking some nice deep breaths. Exhale, let it go. Just allow yourself to soften down into the ground, feeling the support beneath you. And think about this spring season, coming upon this new season, whether you're on a break or you're just noticing the changes in the season. What would you like to cultivate within yourself? Would it be growth? Would it be new adventures, new joy, trying new things? Or would it be pruning, fertilizing within your own mind, body, and spirit? Trimming out. Just think about for you. First thing that comes to mind. So in these moments of quiet, sometimes things surface and we can better hear. So just take whatever comes. And on your next breath, imagine a wave of relaxation settling in from head to toe, relaxing all the muscles in your face. Your forehead opens, eyebrows and eyelids are soft, your nostrils release, and your mouth and jaw neutral. Relaxation settles into your neck and shoulders, releasing your shoulders down. Both arms filled with warmth and tingliness traveling down to your hands, to the tips of your fingers. Your torso and your hips release down a little more, feeling the support beneath you. Both legs filled with relaxation, moving down to your feet, to the tips of your toes. Feeling completely relaxed in your mind, your body, your spirit. Feeling ready for this next season, whatever it may bring. And feeling at peace. Final surrender, Shavasana. And take a deep breath in as you bring awareness and movement back. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take your time as you roll to one side, spending a few breaths on that side. And slowly rise up to a comfortable seated position. I thank you so much for joining me today. We'll end with Namaste. The teacher in me honors the teacher in you. Namaste. Be well.